The Lenten season begins next week, and the unofficial arrival of the fish fry season is going to be here once again. Our man Mike Randall recently stopped by the Lexington Co-op in Buffalo to get a lesson on the science behind the famous fish fry.
A little science lesson today. Yes, I know this doesn't look like a laboratory.
Yeah, pies, cookies. Just pulling one of our blueberry bars out.
This is the kitchen at Hurdle's Lexington Co-op, and today it's all about the science of the fish fry.
There's a lot of science involved.
That's Chef Andrew Stachura, manager of prepared foods. He says lesson one, you have to pick the right fish to fry.
A lot of places either use cod or haddock. Both are very great. They're nice light or white fish. We use cod here for both co-ops.
And then batter up. And beer should be a key ingredient in your fish batter.
Beer has CO2 in it. That, when you start frying with it, creates bubbles. And bubbles, when it comes to frying, are your best friend because that gives you a nice crispy coating.
See what I tell you? Science. And the professor, chef, says inexpensive beer is perfect.
I probably wouldn't recommend your $12 canned craft beers because it's not going to really go anywhere.
When everything's ready, fish goes in the flour and then in the batter, and whatever you do, don't just flop that fish into the fryer.
I think it's time going in. If I were to just take this right out of the batter and drop it, everything's going to come right off. It's going to just fall.
Takes about 8 minutes before your fish floats and is finished. If you're lucky, really lucky, you'll have fried fish perfection.
You could use all those fish frying tips yourself and make a nice fish fry, but Andy says why bother? Just order one from Lexington Co-op.
They've been offering fish fries every Friday for the past year.
We start them at about noon. We run through about 8 o'clock.
And while science may guide us through the making of a fish fry, it sure can't explain why Western New Yorkers love eating them so much.
I think it's just that comfort food that gets passed down from generations.
Thank you, Professor. Mike Randall, 7 Eyewitness News.